Welcome, 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 beautiful ones. My name is Li Ying, and I just want to give you another round of warm welcome for being here. Let's come into presence. Let's come into full presence together. Taking a moment to come back into the true self that you are. Okay? Not your name, not your various identities that you play and think that you are, but just your home, right here, that is known as your body. Taking a deep inhale into the belly, and exhale slowly through the channel in the center of your body. Just take notice of if it's going up or down the channel. There's no need to control where it's heading. Just let it take its own direction. One more inhale. Big belly breath. And hold it. Hold that belly breath and allow that belly to really feel it. Expand the belly with the breath. And let your breath transcend the borders of your belly out to the space beyond the body. Keep holding that breath. And as you exhale, I want you to really allow yourself to exhale it all the way down into your pelvic bowl. Into your root chakra. Into the space below where you're seated. And keep going deeper into the earth. Keep going. Deeper and deeper. Let yourself go there. Let yourself seat your soul in the earth. You can sense and feel what you are seeing behind you, to the left of you, to the right, and to the front. And the space beyond your crown. And the space below where you are. Sense and feel the vastness, or perhaps for some of you, the tightness. How far can you reach in each direction? Nothing to force. Let it be completely simple, completely judgment-free. And slowly now bring yourself up. Be the one that rises back in through your feet, through your legs, into the perineum, into the center of your pelvic bowl. You are the love. You are the wholeness. There is nothing that needs to add to who you are as you continue to rise all the way up behind the belly button, all the way up to the solar plexus. Shine your light, beloved one. Shine your light. And into the heart now. Let your light radiate out in all directions beyond the body. Feel the bliss of being who you truly are. Feel what it feels like to be who you are. The true you. Stay in the heart. Stay in the heart now. And when you're ready, let the light in the heart move into your eyes. Behind the eyelids that you have closed. When you're ready, you can open your eyelids and feel the light illuminating your eyes. And feel how it illuminates your surroundings. See if it feels different now. Coming in here today, in this moment now, to how you felt just right before this beautiful transmission of light that we're using to open the call today. So when you're ready, just give me a couple of words in the comment section, if you will. How are you? How are you really? Open your hearts. When was the last time that someone truly listened to you when you spoke? When was the last time that you truly listened without getting into your head when they're talking about what you're going to say and how you're going to respond already? When was that? And can you start today? To listen without getting all tangled up in your past. To respond without getting tangled up in all your pain and what you think is your failures. To open up to limitless possibilities without getting tangled up with what's going on in the world. Because you are the world. Everyone you meet, everything is a reflection of who you are. And to be a leader in the new paradigm as I speak is truly to lead from stillness. Why? Because just like a mirror that is completely still, you can mirror back exactly what reality is presenting to you without having it distorted. You know, those fun houses maybe some of you have been in with different mirrors that have been molded and shaped so that when you look at yourself, you are taller in one, and then another one you look fatter or stouter and shorter. And you look at that and you're like, wait a minute, that's not how I look like. But that mirror is showing me that. So what's the truth? That's not how I feel. And then you look at the mirror and you think, that's my truth, I guess, because that's what I'm seeing with my eyes. And then you go on and you start to believe that that is who you are. When all along it is far from the truth. And you carry on walking around this fun house, searching, seeking, because you know deep down inside you there's a gnawing feeling. It's like, I don't think that was really my reflection. And then you look at another mirror and it shows you looking completely different from the other mirror. Still, it feels like this is not me. Gosh, it's so confusing and it's getting so loud in my head. Like, who am I? What's my real voice? Like, who's speaking here? Who made this mirror? Take a deep breath. When you get in your head, when there's so much running in your head, when other people bring their thing into your head starts to become like a microwave oven. It's getting hotter and hotter, and you'll constantly hear. And you know, the funniest thing about today's world is that it encourages you to stay in that space. It encourages you to stay in the mind. And so you walk around and you think, I think the thing is, I need to fix my head. I think the thing is, I need to train my mind. I need to train my mind so that I can quiet my mind. Yes, that's the right thing. I need to have a right mindset. Anyone feeling this as well? And then you go around and you try to fix yourself. You try to get all the books, the podcasts, the teachers, the mentors. I want to fix myself because there's something wrong with me. Absolutely. There must be something wrong with me because I see it. And I definitely feel that there's something wrong with me. So I need to prove the fact that I think I'm wrong, that there's something wrong with me. So I go around looking for something is wrong for me. Something is wrong with me. And then the next thing you know, suddenly you found this beautiful tent. And you walk in. And you see this really peaceful master sitting there. And you're looking at him and you're like, oh my God, that is enlightenment. This guy, he completely knows his shit. He's not, disturbed by the world. He's just completely in the forest, in the mountain. He's cool. He's awesome. This is enlightenment. This is what I want to achieve. I'm going to climb the mountain. I'm going to go. I'm going to be that because that is the ultimate. That is the absolute. And so I search. I keep going. I keep searching. They tell me that's spirituality. Yes, that sounds really, really good. So enlightened. I get to ride on my horse. And I can tell everyone from my high horse, you're wrong. You should have peace. You should have more light. You should have more love. You keep riding that horse. You go around and you tell your family, you all hurt me. You all should know better. I know better. I'm going to show you. Here's the book you need to read. I'm sharing this podcast with you. You should really listen to it, because you might be better in the world if you did. Me, I have this master. I have this guru. I have all these amazing teachers in my life. I'm good. And then you journey on this way. And welcome to everyone who's just joining me. I'm just on the roll right now, so I'm going to keep going. And you journey on this mountain. You start to feel like, oh, people are dropping off from my life. Like, it's getting lonelier and lonelier. But it's getting scarier too. Because if I really stopped, if I really just took a pause, if I really just really be so fucking honest with myself, I actually feel scared. I actually don't know what exactly is happening. I thought I've arrived. I thought I knew all the good stuff. I thought I knew all the right books, the right things to do. I thought I was on the path, but it's getting dark. It's getting lonelier. Am I on the wrong path? Am I not supposed to be spiritual? Maybe it's my teacher's fault. Yeah, it's my teacher's fault. Yeah, let me break the pedestal of my master too. They suck. They're wrong. They've always been wrong. And now I'm on the wrong path because I followed them. Oh shit. Throw the books, burn them. Maybe I should go into a religion. Maybe that's the right place for me. Oh my God, I don't know anymore. Maybe spirituality is the wrong thing. It's so wrong. Ever heard of the Buddha telling you to burn the raft after you've arrived at the shore? If you don't, you're gonna hate that. You're gonna carry it like a weight forever. This is exactly what's happening with spiritual people right now. You call yourself spiritual, guess what? Surprise, surprise. Spirituality is as natural as the air that you're breathing right now. And I think we're very much ready. We're set to hear the truth more than ever. Because I'm seeing more and more of us really questioning. And questioning is a good thing. All of us are questioning, what is it to be sovereign? Can I be sovereign but also not cut off from the world? Can I have a relationship with all the different people in my life? Teachers, lovers, children, parents, loved ones. Like, how can I have a relationship that I really can enjoy despite the challenges, despite the gnarly bits that come up, like the questions? Because cancel culture is a real thing. Cancel culture can be a big thing. It's so easy for us these days to say, you know, I don't resonate with that. Move on. But we forget that challenges in our lives, questions coming up, it's actually really for us to turn deeper inward. And to do that, we have to understand why these things are coming up at first and what it means to be in true stillness. Not the kind of stillness that most of the world preaches, like, oh yes, it's January, turn inward, meditate. No, stillness is not about the absence of thought. Stillness is not about the absence of movement even. The stillness that I'm talking about, if you boil down to it, is effortless action. Effortless being. Absence of what is absolutely unnecessary for your soul's evolution. And it's very multi-layered. Why? Because on one hand, we cannot, it's a very yin-yang thing. Let's just go there. Yin-yang is my favorite because it can cover such a big scope in life. It's not just about the theory, but it's in everything that we see. It's in everything that we do. And ultimately, it really is an embodied experience that everything is subjective. Everything. What you think is good today may not be good for you tomorrow. What you believe is right may be wrong for another person. That person will think it's the wrong thing. Whereas you're like, this is the right thing. This is the right thing for me. But they all think it's the bad for me. So who's in the right here? Are we in the fun house? Who wants to stay in the fun house? Raise up hand. Who wants to get out of the fun house? The fun house with all the different mirrors, where you see yourself fat, stout, tall, like, who am I in that fun house? Oh, suddenly I'm wavy as well. This mirror is wavy and I see myself wavy. Am I a wave? Am I a wave or a matter? Am I a wave or a particle? Questions. Questions, questions, questions. Today, in this world, it's so easy for us to break communication. 1 minute you can be sitting there talking to your husband, your wife, or your children. And in just 1 minute, your phone starts to buzz. and you're out of there. ChatGPT, Instagram, Facebook, so many things, Substack. And you know what? It makes it so easy for you. It makes it so easy for you to say, you know, I'm trying to lead here, guys. Like I'm a leader. I'm a light leader. I'm a new earth leader, whatever you call yourself. And nobody's tuning in. Like I literally have like one person on Instagram right now tuning in on my live. And God knows how many will not see this. And so maybe I should jump. I should probably leave here and go somewhere else, like Substack, because everyone's telling me that Substack is great. Has anyone felt that? Or maybe they say, you know, this industry that I'm in, it's like, you know, it's the worst time to be here because of the economy. And like, I think the best thing to do is probably go into another industry. Even though in your heart of hearts, you hate the idea of it. In your heart of hearts, you just love what you're doing. You know that. But that love is so diluted. How many of us still can really honestly understand what it means to do something completely, wholeheartedly? And please take a deep breath. I met this beautiful woman last week who told me, what you do is so important right now. And you know, I can tell you very honestly, there have been times when I really, really, really contemplated, why is this work important? Why is this work so important? And I can come up with all the mind-made things. You know, I can tell you, oh, because we can create a new legacy of women. Because we can have relaxed and, you know, beautiful women who can enjoy their success and not feel like they're constantly chasing and performing. I can tell you all of that. But you know what's in my heart? If my heart can answer, which I really delved into, the simple answer is because I love doing this. I love it. In my mind's eye, every time I'm with my client, we're coming into this entire different dimension together where we're sitting with each other and sharing tea in silence. And in that silence, there is this beautiful portal that starts to open. And you know how many marketing people that I have thought in my head that it would be good to work with because they can articulate what I do when I can't, because this work is so hard to articulate. You know why? What they ask me all the time? Can you tell us how exactly this works? How does it work? Because if you can articulate it a bit more, then you will have more aligned clients, like people who they will understand what you're offering, right? And they can see the value of what you're offering. But over and over again, I've been doing this for the past 5 years now. I just don't feel it's right. I've tried. God forbid, I've tried. But if I could explain and guarantee your result, we're so limiting. We're limiting ourselves here, guys. Like if I could do that. We're limiting the energy that is working with us and through us and as us. We're limiting what the vast cosmos is meant to be unfolding through you, as you, for you. Why can't we trust ourselves? Why can't we trust that our presence can speak for itself? As multidimensional women, I don't need to tell you everything that I do, my masters, my teachers, I don't need to. Because when it comes down to it, my presence says it all. Doesn't matter if I've climbed the Wudang mountains or went to Shaolin temple, like whatever. Doesn't matter which tea sage I have channeling through me or which, historian I've worked with. Like, it doesn't matter. I can tell you, don't get me wrong, like, I still operate very much in this world, but that doesn't make me who I am. And vice versa, it doesn't break me if I don't have that, or I don't have, a teacher who said, you're the best. Now you're ready. It doesn't break me. I'll keep going because that is the nature of being human, just as it is to be part of nature. Nature is always expanding. Nature is not saying, you know what, I've grown big enough, so I'm not going to grow anymore. Nature is fucking resilient. Have you watched a tiny seed grow and start to move around? And even if you block this side, the branches move somewhere else. Have you seen that? And you know what brings me to tears every time? When I sit with tea, I don't just sit there and drink. I'm feeling the connection with my ancestors. I'm feeling the connection with the great cosmos. I'm feeling the connection with Tao. I'm feeling the connection with the farmers and the women who pick so delicately each leaf by hand. The artisans with hand roasting the leaves. Their ancestors being prayed to guide them to the trees that will flourish eventually. Can we question and say, how? How did that happen? No. It just did. And with our city minds, we have lost that. We have lost that ability to really be so in tune with the most intuitive part of us, the intuitive nature. We question, we are clouded by our conditioning, we are doubtful whether it's our intuition that's speaking or is that someone else? Is that my mind? And when I speak about stillness, 100%, I'm really offering a medicine that I have found the most challenging in my own life. That is what makes me so great at doing this work. Because I was a control freak. I still catch myself. I want to control. But my life, and yet at the same time, I know I'm so much happier when I am not controlling it. And so when we start to move from stillness, my purpose is very different. My experience is very different, right? I'm not trying to find teachers or mentors because I want to control my life or other people in my life. I'm not trying to fix myself. And I really want to be very honest about this because some of you already know this. I've gone through many, many years of really harming myself, starving myself. I had very, very low self-worth for a long time. I shouldn't really be here, by the logic of, the most logical sense is like I would have got, probably died a couple of years ago because I wasn't eating. I literally was hooked up to IV drip. I was hospitalized. Like, in the most logical sense, I shouldn't really be here. And there were so many times in my life that I caught myself because it's not about it's not a body image issue, and also it was, but ultimately, once I recovered from it, I realized that it appears in different ways in my life now. the way I want to control my business, the way I want to control my husband, the way I want to control the way that my day goes, pans out or unfolds. All the tiniest ways. The tiniest ways which I now identify as the priestess wound, which is, it comes in a very beautiful voice. It doesn't criticize you anymore, but it comes in a very beautiful voice, and it's saying, you really should be there by now. You should really be further along already. Maybe that teacher doesn't really, approve of the way that you're doing things. Yes, controlling can be our worst enemy. And the funniest thing about the spiritual community is we all know that we can never control anything in our lives. And yet we do it. You can see it in the courses. You can see it in the way it's being marketed. You can see it in the way that it's being sold on social media. And I don't want to say that it's a very Western way of looking at spirituality. It's a very modern way. And so I had to really, really, really go back to my own ancestral wisdom. First of all, I had to really forgive myself for the way I viewed my ancestors. And in so doing, I was also forgiving my ancestors. And this is a huge topic and conversation that I would rather let it unfold in another event, which is coming up, and you can sign up for it. It's free. On the 4th of February, it's called Celestia. We're going to welcome the Fire Horse energetic new year on the 4th of February. A lot of you probably thought that, it's the 17th. It's the 17th for Lunar New Year, but the real energetic start of the year is on the 4th, and it's called Lap Chun or Li Chun. Yeah, it's the start of spring, and that's the new year. So I'm holding a beautiful ceremony live. So if you want the link, make sure you go to my bio, or you can just DM me. I will send it to you. I'll be happy to see you there. Anyway, so I did that, and through tea, I was able to really, really get still. This stillness that I spoke of, it's no frills. It's very, very, very simple. And this quietude that really allows you to access the soul, to let your soul really come up and move you. Be very honest. How many of you actually allow yourself time to do so? Even in the most well-intentioned, it's like you probably are worried. If I let my soul lead, does that mean I need to burn all my material ownership to the ground? If I let my soul lead, does that mean that, I have to disappoint my family? Does that mean I have to give up things in my life? Because you probably have read about it. Those masters who gave up everything, and in their rags, they're walking around and doing all the things. And, those stories have absolutely moved me, and also at the same time constricted me profoundly in the past when I first started on this journey. Because it made me think that, it made me believe, and I believed through those stories that I had to be impoverished to be spiritually aligned. And in my experience, as I speak today, it's absolutely not true, especially as we are moving towards a powerful golden age where we are setting the tone. We are literally setting the tone here, guys. When we talk about the Fire Horse year, I want you to receive this transmission, which I'm going to go deeper into on the 4th of February, which is there is no rider, there is no horse, there is only one pure light in motion. And breathe. Take that in. Stillness has to be completely illuminated in you, I would say. That's how I see it when I see it in a person that has it activated. Especially when we are together in a tea ceremony activation, the stillness is activated, and when you speak and when you move and when you think, it is coming from that stillness. And if you would take a moment here now with me, place one hand on your heart, one hand below the belly button, the lower dantian, the middle dantian, and you have an upper dantian here, your third eye, behind the third eye, in the center of your head. Just hold yourself in just this moment here, not thinking, not trying to form words, and just bring the mind down to the heart. Let the mind experience what it's like to be the heart. And breathe. Not trying to be more intelligent, not trying to be, a social proof of excellence. Just yourself here in the heart. And bring yourself now even further down to the space below the belly button. Let yourself be there in the center of your dantian, so that you can, if you're seated right there, allow yourself to seat yourself so that you can see that right in front of you is the belly button. And on your sides, your waist from the inside, and from behind you, the Mingmen, the space where your kidneys are on the sides. See how it feels like to seat yourself right there. And don't just sit. Be who you really are. Be the likeness of the divine. And everything begins from this very yin vortex of stillness. When you move with precision. You move effortlessly. That is what Wu Wei is. And when you create, creativity, your artistry comes from a godly place. They call it the genius zone. Because there's no more you and the art. It's the art. And I really want us, I honestly see us moving towards that. So taking a moment here just to regroup, regather, bring that into your body, let yourself feel this. Let it expand through you. Anything that's coming up for you, please feel free to put into the comment section before we complete today's session. You're so welcome to join me for a full ceremony experience on the 4th of February as a gift to you. It's completely free to join. There are some really powerful things that can come in the transmissions and the activations, the illumination, the ceremony, because it's beyond words. It's really beyond words. Sometimes I feel like I just don't want to speak because the transmission itself is loud enough already when we are together in ceremony. Tea is a living being. It's very, very powerful. And I can't wait for you to experience it. And I'm really, really, very grateful for this moment that we get to share together. So, stillness is the new paradigm, my loves. If you're not there yet, and you feel intrigued, you're curious, and you feel this igniting inside of you, a yes, yes, yes. And if it's in alignment, drop in, sign up, move. Because the fire horse here is really about this. It's movement in precision. You're not going to tame a wild stallion, my loves. But you can absolutely be one with that energy of pure, precise movement. And when you are fully present, you are fully present, as you can see from a horse. Right? A horse is not doing something else when they're grazing on the grass. And when they are intuitive, they're highly intuitive. You are the rider. You are the one who's going to be riding the horse. You want to know how to move as the horse. This is why I said there's no rider, no horse. There's just one pure divine light. This is the standard we're setting. I'm seeing some questions. Oh, cool. So excited to join your fire horse ceremony. Amazing. The ceremony is on the 4th of February. Phoebe, what types of tea are the best for the ceremony? Living tea, absolutely. I work exclusively with living tea. So these are teas from indigenous origins. I work mostly with tea from China, sometimes from Vietnam, sometimes Thailand, Taiwan, but mainly China, the birthplace of tea. And these are tea trees that are, organic, as you would call it. They're pesticides, chemical free, and they've been around from 50 to 1,000 of years. Big tea trees in Yunnan, or beautiful tea bushes that have been really taken good care of. I especially have my favorites, such as Yunnan pu'er tea. Wu Wei cliff tea is absolutely like the most enthralling tea. Like I just can swim in it for hours and hours and hours. They correspond to different elements of the 5 elements, the 5 phases, the Wu Xing. So it really depends on whether you feel like I need more fire in my life, or I want more water in my life, or I would love some metal to balance out some parts of me. Like it's about harmony, which I would love to delve deeper into when we're there in that ceremony. And please let yourself have that opportunity to be there fully. I would love to see you. And not sure what Danielle is saying. I just might, please let yourself have not answered all around teeth. that you would recommend. Danielle, can you just make sure, can you just repeat what you're saying? Because I'm not sure about what you're saying about teeth. Okay. All right. 824 gratitudes. This is incredible. Any last questions before we wrap up? And also for some of you who are like, let's do this, let's go, and you want one-to-one attention, I have the Masterpiece Edition Tea Ceremony Activation that we can absolutely dial into and illuminate what's hidden from you and bring forward your soul's highest evolution together. And if you want to walk with me in mentorship, I have a 12-month mentorship open right now. So please send me a DM. I'm happy to answer any questions. Danielle, what all-around tea would you recommend? If you mean like something you can have regularly, Danielle, I would say for me, for a long time, like I always gravitated back to red tea because red tea is very simple. It's so good to start the morning off with. Let me think. Some people may not like so much of a kick of fire. Then you would definitely love some white tea. But it's so, again, this is something that I was speaking about at the beginning of this transmission, which is, I understand the question you're asking, but also at the same time, we are all so unique. Everything is so subjective to where you're at in your life, who you are, and allowing yourself to be fluid, allowing yourself to be supported by the very nature of fluidity and change that we are. So I know how it feels like to be so like, there's something we can go back to over and over again. But I also know how I would wake up one day and be like, oh my God, like, wake up. You are in motion that is like a Groundhog Day kind of thing where you don't even love it anymore, but you're just doing it because you think that you love it. It's the same as all the daily things in your life, as simple as tea. It really is like when you ask yourself every day, what would I love to do today? What tea would I love to have? And sometimes I would stand at my closet of tea and I would ask which tea you would like to present yourself, because they are living beings. Everything in our lives are actually, they have their own frequency. And if we are very attuned to it, they actually stand out. And you will have those moments where you're like, I don't know why I went towards it, but I just wanted to. Like, I just felt it. And boom, the next thing, it leads to the next thing. The next door opens, the next door opens, the next door opens. So if you're in your life where you feel like nothing you're doing is working, or like you've tried so hard and you're so exhausted, it's like, how much more trying do I need to do? Like, these are the moments when you really have to observe. And then there are some of you probably, which I feel in the field right now, it's also like, am I using my self-awareness as a self-criticism vehicle, but I'm not admitting it. I'm being really hard on myself. I'm thinking, I need to fix myself. Like, I need to fix things in my life. I need to fix her. I need to fix him. Everyone in my life pissed me off. Like, things like that. Maybe you don't say it in that way, but these are the moments when you have to start to see, where am I saying like, I'm just treating them like an all-round human being because this is how I treat them, so they should all be like this. Like, no, we have to genuinely, we have to harness the art of listening. We have to harness the art of intuiting. We have to harness the art of not being afraid of our multidimensionality, because people need to be seen fully, and we have to be the one to see them fully first before we even say, I have not been seen fully. And tea will lead the way for us. Tea is an excellent ally. And the tea, again, as I say, I'm talking about here is living tea. They are living ancient trees. They're not stifled or, fertilized and forced into creating more and more and more to fulfill some quota. They are trees that are ancestors for the farmers. And as we drink that tea in, we remember. Beautiful, Phoebe. Stinging nettle is also beautiful. I have these on my, just like a daily drink, but in ceremony I work with living tea, like the Chinese tea, the Camellia sinensis plant that we're speaking about. Yeah. Danielle, I do have some of them in the website that I host. I can formulate, I can customize a yin yang set. So based on what you tell me, I can formulate that. I can also have 5 genres of tea, or maybe 6 genres, I can't remember now, 6 genres of tea, and they can come together if you wish to order them. So just check that out. If you can't find that, you can always DM me. Ama. Oh, thank you. Okay, Li Ying, please explain the multidimensionality concept. Well, I have 3 minutes. But what I can say to you is that we don't just exist on a physical plane. We don't just exist in the matter. Everything begins as energy. At the same time, form is formless and formlessness is form. Yeah? Just take a deep breath in and feel into that. When I call in the multidimensional women, I'm speaking to all parts of you. I'm speaking to your soul. I'm speaking to your higher self. I'm speaking to the part of you that you call your mind. I'm speaking to your higher mind. I'm speaking to your lower mind. I'm speaking to all parts of you, your physical body, your God body, your etheric body, your emotional body. And I always say this, by the way, the women who come into my world, we have met in other timelines. And these timelines run parallel. So even when we speak about the past, I always conceive of them as a parallel timeline. So you would rarely hear me talk about being a star seed or whatever, because I truly believe that we are made of the stars, and we made a choice to come here as a human. We made a choice to come here as a human. We made a choice to compress our frequency into a physical form. The only thing we have forgotten, I feel, is that we are fully capable of believing in anything. And what you believe dictates your reality, what you see. But what you don't see doesn't mean it doesn't exist. It's still there. And this is why I always say this. Stillness has always been in you. You don't need to search for it. You don't need to fix it. It's not broken. It's always there. It's just that you don't see it. And so when you don't focus on it, what happens? The particle turns into wave. But it's still there. And that stillness is your potential energy. You can turn that potential energy into anything you desire, but you have to be wholeheartedly there. The heart frequency is the starting point. That's the stillness I'm talking about. It's fucking powerful. It's not just about quieting the mind. It's not even that, to be honest. When you come into a tea ceremony, you will know so much more. You will understand what I'm speaking about. 1,112 gratitudes, my loves, and 1,124 now, and 88 people in the house, you guys. This is amazing. Well, on Instagram, the one and only who's here, I mean, I love you so much for sticking around. I don't know who it is because I don't see your comment, but I also love you. Go beyond the words. I really want to go beyond the words. Sometimes I get a headache from listening to myself speak as well. I really want to go beyond the words with you into the vortex of stillness. So join me on the 4th of February. I would love to see you. I would love to drink tea with you. I would love to illuminate you and activate you. And we will march right into Fire Horse Year together. How about that? All right, my loves, I have to run because I have another call, but I love you so much. And I really hope you took something away today that really serves you. I will see you soon. Big hugs, big kisses, and see you, multidimensional women, in another dimension very soon. Bye, my loves.